Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Barrier and I'm a diet nutritionist at R.N. Harris and Southwest Elementary Schools. And today we're gonna have some more fun in the kitchen for Dairy December. We're gonna make some yummy cheddar broccoli soup. This soup is chock full of yummy vegetables and it's a good use of milk that you get at the school lunches. Plus, it's warm and super comforting for these long winter months. You ready to get started? Okay, today you're gonna need 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, 1½ teaspoons of butter, 1/4 of a cup of flour, 1 cup of chopped onions, 1 cup of shredded carrots, 2 cups of chopped broccoli. You can use fresh or frozen. Today I'm using fresh because the broccoli was on sale at the store. 1 cup of shredded cheese, 2 cups of broth. Today I'm using chicken broth, but you can use vegetable broth just as easily in this recipe, and 1 cup of milk. All right, to make our soup, we're gonna use a medium-sized saucepan, and I'm going to turn the heat on to medium heat. Butter, and we're going to wait for the butter to melt. So now we're going to add in our onions and our carrots, and we're going to saute it until the onions start to turn a little brown, and that's going to take about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to move this over to the side while we're waiting for this to brown, and we're going to mix our flour and milk mixture. So I'm going to take our flour and put it into another bowl, and then I'm going to use a whisk. I'm going to slowly add the milk in. This milk flour mixture is our thickening agent for our soup, and I'm using this whisk because it helps me to break up the flour so we don't have any clumps. You would never want to add the flour right to the soup because you might end up with flour clumps in your soup. And then that's ready to go, and we're going to set it aside. Let's check our onions. Oh, they're starting to turn brown. The brown onions make them caramelize a little bit, and it gives it a special flavor. Nice flavoring for our soup. All right, now we're gonna add our broth and our broccoli. And we want this to cook and simmer until the broccoli is tender. This is gonna take about 5 to 7 minutes. You don't want the broccoli to get too soft because then it starts to fall apart. So it's important to keep checking it. Nice simmer we have going. So every once in a while you want to take a fork and just try one of the broccoli. See how soft that is? It's nice and tender. So we're going to turn the heat down just a little bit. It's time to add the flour and milk mixture. So I'm going to give it one more stir to make sure that flour is still mixed in with the milk. And then I'm going to slowly pour it in to our soup. We're going to let this come back to a boil, and we're going to keep stirring it. You want to keep stirring this, and you're going to stir it and let it come back to a boil, and you stir it until it starts to feel thick. As it starts to thicken up. You can feel it as you move your spoon through it. It's a little bit thicker. There, we got a boil. It's nice and thick. I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit to add the pepper. we're finally gonna add our cheese. We're gonna stir the cheese in, turning the heat down to low. Keep stirring until the cheese is melted. And there we have it, our cheddar broccoli soup. Serve this hot, and you can put leftovers in the refrigerator for a few days. Enjoy!